They got Ethan, dude. The xenomorphs got Ethan.
I told him not to go back for the Krispy Kreme.
Oh my god, that fat bastard.
He's always eating something.
What?
Do you have a chest burster? I'm gonna have to kill you.
Wait. It was just gas, dude. I'm fine. It was just gas. You don't have to kill me. Don't.
What? No.
You're breaking up!
Hey, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm John.
And we're here to review the Prometheus sequel, Alien Covenant. So for you guys who don't know, Alien Covenant is still in the prequel universe of Alien, so this all takes place before Alien. However, it is a sequel to Prometheus. So back in 2012, Prometheus came out, and it had mixed reviews. I mean, overall, they were generally positive, but people were kind of put off, at least some of them, to the film's turn towards more intellectual properties instead of claustrophobic terror like the original Alien was.
Yeah, definitely a polarizing movie.
For sure. So Alien Covenant kicks off the crew of the Covenant, and their mission is to colonize a planet with the human species because there are issues back on Earth, and they're trying to colonize the planet, and they have 2,000 passengers on board and like several 100,000 human embryos. And when something goes wrong, their ship is basically disabled, and they see another planet as an option to maybe check out, and that might be the safer route to go so no one else dies. They go to that planet, not a good idea, a lot of people die.
It hits the fan really quick. Now, I haven't actually seen Prometheus yet, but I feel like it's actually good for me to have that perspective going into this because I feel like they're marketing this in a lot of ways as a standalone movie. The marketing doesn't seem as connected to Prometheus. Right. And I do really love Alien and Aliens, especially Alien. I have to say that's one of my favorite movies of all time and one of the scariest movies I've ever seen, honestly. And that's one of the things I loved about Alien Covenant is that it really brought that tension and those great horror and sci-fi blending elements back for this.
For sure. Now, the first thing I want to say is that Ridley Scott did a great job directing this film. All the shots are beautiful, they're wide, you really feel the scope of this world, and also how empty it is, and how eerie that feels.
It definitely creates that intensity and that unfamiliarity and discomfort of being on a whole new planet and not knowing what's there and exploring.
Right, the characters are also really good. I'd say that all the acting is very good. Surprisingly, Danny McBride, which always...
He's a comedy actor, but he really killed it in this one.
Absolutely. Billy Crudup, which is the ship's captain for the majority of the film. R.I.P. a certain actor that you guys will see when the movie happens. That guy's killed off instantly. But anyways, Billy Crudup did a really good job. He was an interesting character because at first he's trying to assert his role as captain, and he doesn't want anyone questioning what he's doing. But as the film develops, he kind of takes a little bit of a turn, and he just kind of sees the damage that he brings upon everyone. And I thought that was an interesting turn.
One of the big parts of this movie and what makes it so good is how great they have the element of the crew and the tension between them and the fights they have and the conflicts of them all in this unfamiliar mission just trying to make sense of everything. And it's good because all the characters are fairly new and don't really have a lot of... They aren't given that much dialogue or screen time each, but they still manage to make each of them really fleshed out and make their interactions really interesting. Now, I think this movie visually is also really very good.
Oh, absolutely. You have some great set pieces. For example, the inside of the ship looks incredible. You have some really cool alien prosthetic stuff towards the latter half of the film. But more importantly, when I first saw that, we're going to have a CG xenomorph for the first time, really full time. And I thought it looked great. They did a great job. I love the way it moved. I really enjoyed the new creature designs that are in this film.
Yeah.
Just everything in the visual departments is off the charts. Especially, it's surprising, especially since this movie had a considerably lower budget than Prometheus did, and I think the visuals in this movie definitely outstanding.
I love the color palette of this movie too, both in just how they set up shots and the lighting and the costumes and everything. It's very muted and very eerie in a lot of ways, a lot of just like darker colors, and that really added to the intensity of it for me.
Right. Now also, I thought the story was really interesting. You get your alien stuff, chest bursters and monsters kill people, but it was really cool because this movie kind of turned towards a more intellectual and thematic approach of creation and God, and what does it mean when your creation outpaces its creator? And what happens as a result of that? Who should survive? Should evolution take place?
Yeah, this movie definitely tried to tackle a lot of very esoteric, philosophical type of themes like that, and I think it did it well for the most part, although at times it did seem a little rushed, because they're definitely trying to cram a lot into a 2-hour runtime for this movie. They have to, be a sequel to Prometheus, be a prequel to Alien, have all the horror elements, have all the action elements, all while telling its own story. And it handled that really well, but there were some times where I think it was a little maybe over-reliant on, exposition or plot convenience, or maybe didn't quite flesh out certain things enough. But that really is just a nitpick for me. Overall, the story is really well done and really has a lot of impact in its themes, I think.
Now, John, you mentioned plot conveniences, and I think that's the biggest issue that I have with this film. Because if people were smart, this movie wouldn't happen.
Yeah, they're way too chill to be on another planet.
Right.
They're just like hanging out on this new planet
in the trailer, they literally walk out with no helmets on. And characters do some really dumb things to get themselves infected.
Like, shouldn't you be wearing like a suit or something, or like?
Right. It's just like, it's like
one guy is about to like urinate on a tree at one point. Like, why are you gonna expose yourself?
Why are you gonna defecate on that tree?
Another planet?
Right. It's just
you don't know what's there.
Right. Now, another thing is that, like John said previously, that some of the elements in this film felt rushed. And me watching Prometheus, I didn't really think that was an issue if you consider it as a sequel to Prometheus. Because a lot of the themes and the character arcs in terms of David, and androids definitely carry over into this film. And I think that if you don't see Prometheus, which I recommend that you go see...
Definitely going to have to watch Prometheus.
You definitely have to watch Prometheus to understand it. But you can also go and watch this and have a lot of fun with it. But I definitely think that you'd be giving yourself a disservice if you don't. Because there's just so much more to the movie. And you can really appreciate it as a sequel instead of just another Alien installment.
Mm-hmm. So Jonathan, out of 5 stars, what are you giving Alien Covenant?
I really enjoyed Alien Covenant. I thought that it really did a good job of capturing the scope of being on an alien planet. We got the terror from the original, and we got the intellectual properties from Prometheus. I think this is the movie that people wanted when Prometheus came out. But I'm going to give Alien Covenant a 4 out of 5 stars. John, how about you?
I'm pretty much right with you, Jonathan. I really loved Alien Covenant. Even though I haven't seen Prometheus, I feel like this stood pretty well as a standalone movie, which is good because I feel like it is kind of being marketed that way. Mm-hmm. I feel like it kind of was a good genre blend of sci-fi and horror and action. There were a lot of really great action scenes. I don't want to spoil anything, but you know what I'm talking about. A few specific ones that were really killer. A lot of great horror scenes that were reminiscent of the first original Alien movie with, close quarters, weird creatures, body horror. A lot of that. I actually found myself really, really scared at a lot of points during this movie, especially in the beginning. Okay. Once or twice I was like...
Oh yeah, we didn't mention there's a lot of good body horror in this.
There's a lot of those great wig you out moments. I thought it was really well directed, great visuals, great characters. I will say, did feel a little rushed at times, but not I've seen much worse cases of rushing. It felt a little over-reliant on exposition or plot conveniences, or a little underdeveloped at times. But other than that, I had a great time, was entertained for the whole time at Alien Covenant. So I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars.
So guys, how'd you like a review of Alien Covenant? Please let us know in the comments. You can also like this video and subscribe to our great channel if you haven't already done so. You can also buy our merch at cafepress.com/Stubmasters. We're selling new stuff. We sell bags. We sell mugs with our new Stubmasters Supreme parody.
If you want to flex.
Logo. Yeah, it looks sexy. It's good. I'm Jonathan from Stubmaster Reviews.
I'm John.
Have a great day.